This is from Parshas Eschanan, right? So I'm off by one. Actually two, because it's already the week for Ray. But look, I'm 70, so you have to forgive me for everything. So it's about crossing over La'avor. And somehow I feel like I spoke about this before, so maybe it's my memory, good or bad, but I think I said something at Tana Shevabrachot about this. Something about Abracha, and also Yaakov Shevabrachot, which Mr. Scheinzer was there. I'm not going to test you. So, yeah, someone said to Abba once, I heard that sermon 5 years ago. It wasn't good the first time, and it hasn't been good since. Anyway, so in Hanan, Moshe Rabbeinu asked Hashem, Ebrana ve'eret ha'aretz ha'tova. Let me cross over and see the good land. Moshe has spent 40 years in the wilderness, and he so much wants to see Eretz Yisrael, to which he has led Am Yisrael. For me, like so many times in the past, it's a time of transition, crossing over. And it brings back so many transitions in the past. This entire summer has been like memory lane, reliving all the life events. While clearing out the house, I looked at so many pictures, read so many letters, report cards, stories, children's books. So like Saba said, you have to read every single thing. And I said, yes. Everything reminded me of when each of you were born, growing up, playing in front of the house. And I'm thinking like, kind of when she almost drowned in the snow and Mrs. Futterman pulled me up from across the desk. I always appreciated Mrs. Futterman. Just get outside quick. Anna's drowning in the snow. It was like high up to here. Then I would talk about locked in the room, like what happened today. Remember when Ellie was locked in his room before his birthday party? And all the kids were here, and he's locked in the room. And Mr. Duncan at that time helped him. Anyway. And then, like Moshe, where's Moshe? Oh yeah, when he was selling million raffle tickets to the, like win a trip to Israel, he says, I'm gonna win. I thought he was crazy. He actually did. He won. Right, and then Hannah got to go, and he got happy. Right. And then Yaakov running outside at 12 every night to play football in the snow. Right. And now you're the age that I was then, even older. It's hard to believe.
Thanks.
There's so many times in the past when I couldn't imagine how I could possibly leap from one shore to the other. How I could give birth to a baby and be a mother. Some of you read my essay plus. And how my mother said, by accident you'll put the baby in the refrigerator. Remember that ever happened? Never happened. Not grandchildren either, but anyway.
He's in glasses.
He's
in glasses.
And cell phone in the freezer.
With the margarine.
But I was thinking that, at that time I couldn't imagine letting my child out of my house to start school alone. And then it goes on, like letting them drive, go to Israel, how it would be when my child gets married. One time when we were on sabbatical, I was in a shiur with Rav Steinsaltz, and he talked about the Jews in the Midbar not being able to imagine the big jump over the Yarden to Eretz Yisrael. Now, nowadays, if you go to the Yarden, it's very wimpy, because we did rafting on the Yarden. Right, it's no big deal, but I'm sure in the old days it was really a real river. So that's the way every huge crossing is. One day, and then one day, you can't imagine doing it, but then when you make that crossing and you hardly remember how it felt when you thought you couldn't do it. That's how I feel now. So many crossings over. Moshe Rabbeinu never got to Eretz Yisrael, even though he got a very good view. In some ways, I feel lucky. Not only because we made Aliyah and are so glad to live in Yerushalayim, which is a amazing. But I didn't do it alone. Before the Amida, we say, V'yididim havarta. Hashem, Yididim, friends. Hashem helps his friends over the sea. It's beautiful to be called friends of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So in the tefillah, we recognize Hashem and all our friends, the special people in our lives. I think that's what enables us to cross every sea, every river in our life. So I have to thank Hashem for everything. For my 4 beautiful children, even though sometimes you can be a pain in the neck, but you know. No laugh? All right, never a pain in the neck. Okay.
They agreed, they were agreeing to you.
Yeah, right. So for the spouses, you're so lucky, and I'm so lucky that you found each other and found fulfillment. And for my husband of 49 years. We crossed over many raging waters together, and I never could have done it without you. And my wonderful grandchildren. Yay!
Yeah!
Each one of you is a miracle. It's been such a privilege to watch you grow, each in your own way. To give up the house where we lived for 36 years. Our families, Grandpa and Grandma, Saba Gadol and your Bubby, never had that kind of life. They spent a lot of their lives running, moved from country to country, city to city. You know, I was born in Chernihiv, moved to Balava, then crossed borders to Austria, Germany, then I lived in Chicago, then I moved 4 times in Brooklyn. I so didn't want that for my children. And Baruch Hashem, you're able to live most or all your growing up years in this house. But it's not just about the house. It's the memories, the good stuff, even some of the hard stuff, all of the bonds that develop, the love. In Shir HaShirim it says, Kol dodi nezabah. To make a leap sometimes. And what helps us to make the leap? The ahava, the love of Hashem and love of one another. You, my beautiful family, help me and hopefully one another to make the leap, to make the crossing, the avar. To come to this age of zikna, I guess that's what I am now. Hopefully standing up. Save us, sorry. Yeah. Standing up, that sounds better. Not bent over and strong. I hope together we will make many more crossings in good health and with simcha. Thanks for all you for being here today. You have made me very happy.
That's it. Now